Hello, everybody. I was going to wave, but I've been doing
What's up? There it is. The terror wave is back.
Well, maybe you should try introducing if you don't want me to wave.
Hey!
Okay, I'm Tara Brewster.
I'm Alfonso Ciantinello.
I'm Michael Anthony Connolly,
Oh.
Senior.
I think
Okay.
everyone's a little tired today, so you have to bear with us. We'll try and dig deep.
Yes.
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 Especially these guys. I'm good, but these guys
I
are a
am
little...
not. This is going to be an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Just forewarning you
Yeah,
right now.
we'll be all right. So I'm going to start off with some end news for you. This article that I found on Inc.com by Eric Sherman was pretty interesting about Facebook ads. And I know that we've been talking about a lot of technology lately and a lot of website stuff, and Facebook was last week, but we haven't really talked about the ads and who gets what, are you paying more and getting less, and this article was all about how the demand for Facebook ads has really driven the prices higher, but the click-through rates have actually dropped. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of interesting because, you guys do the math. That doesn't really work in most.
Well, yeah, but now, in the beginning when Facebook ads just came out, it was like just ads, that's all it was. Now you can make your event an ad, or you can make your, if you post this blog article, you can make an ad that connects to your Facebook page. So there's so many different ways you can make an ad now. It's no longer just a photo with a link to your website. It's more of, you can pick a blog or even a post on the wall that you like that has gotten a lot of attention, and you want to promote that 1-2 sentence blog or Facebook post, and that could be an ad. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot that goes into it now. So, granted, not a lot of people are clicking through it right away, but I think they're giving you more options on what to advertise for your business, and I think that's great.
Yeah, but they also increased the ad number on the pages.
The amount of users have increased a lot in the past it's only been around for a few years, but in the past year or two, think of they're just about to be hitting 1 billion members. It's I know it's like right up there now. So just imagine the past year how many new members there are. The more members there are, the more people they're going to charge. So,
What Facebook's good at doing is adapting too. You think of, like you said, when that ad thing started, it was just one little thing on the side, and you only could do this, that, and the next, and they expanded it so much. So really, your effectiveness with your Facebook ad campaign, it'll be mimicking the same effectiveness with any type campaign. It all depends on your marketing, like how you do it, how well you do it. I've used Facebook ads, and I've had people buy my products from my Facebook ads. And anytime I put Facebook ads up, the traffic on my website goes up. So but I do it in a way that I engage my customers. I say things the way that, they'll get them to pay attention, and then they have to check it out because the name of my brand. So all of that stuff ties in. If you're trying to have someone, you have a business mowing lawns or landscaping or something, and you're not, having this vivid picture of this perfectly cut lawn, I'm not going to pay attention to that. You got to, because there's so much.
You got to know who your demographic is.
Right. It's so much going on in my Facebook timeline that if I have to choose between looking at a photo of my niece or looking at your ad better be a really good ad because I have a beautiful niece.
What if it's your niece mowing the lawn of that car?
I know, then I'll definitely have to look. But that's just what it is. It's all how you use it. I remember after we did, I think I said this before, after we did our Groupon campaign, the second effective thing I did was use Facebook ads targeting the same demographic of the people from the Groupons that bought my product. So it's all about being marketing savvy and how you choose to use the Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
So pay more, get less may seem like a bad proposition, but when the demand is there, people sometimes look the other way. So I think if Facebook works for you, then that's great, but I think that you have to really check your Facebook performance and see how the ads are working for you and if it makes sense, because it still is a lot of money, especially if the perceived value is
a lot of businesses that make mistakes is they just think that they need to be a part of everything and jump on every site. And yes and no. You still need to know where your demographic is, and if they're not paying attention, if it's an older generation and they're not paying attention to Facebook ads, then you don't need to do it. It's all about research, and that's where where the old school marketing tactics of consumer behavior and marketing research goes into the new age of web, and that's when you really need to know who your business is targeting. So it's just not just placing an ad and crossing your fingers and, you know, dot your I's or whatever. It's just, you know, it's strategic, knowing when to post, what to post, and how much money you're going to put into it. Because Facebook ads are good because you can set the limit of how much you want to pay. So if you get $1.50 per click, chances are $25 or $50 is not going to work for you. So after you fill out the criteria, it tells you how much per click it's going to charge, and then you got to decide yourself.
You know, another good thing with Facebook is, I remember the first time I really thought about using the Facebook ad was after my mom asked me to post a photo for something, and I looked at her ads, because I'm an ad person. I looked at her ads, and her ads were so different than what I was seeing, and it was targeted to her perfectly. So I said, Ma, you mind if I just scroll through your ads? And everything was stuff that she doesn't pay attention to the ads.
Yeah.
But what it helped me understand was, you know what? Because she was getting big brands that, you know, that she would use in her timeline, and I was like, wow, they have really nicely written ads, and it's very catchy. But our demographic would be more apt to look at the ads because we kind of trying to figure everything out, and we looking to see who's listening to what on Spotify, and we got all that stuff going on. We into that.
Yeah.
So I kind of just mimic what I saw, what I liked from those big brands, and incorporated in those ads I was talking about previously. But that's just what it is. You have to put the work in. It's like anything else. You have to do your due diligence. You can't just throw an ad up and think someone's gonna buy it. It's like going fishing. You just got the wrong bait and you store it in the water and think it's gonna work. It's not. It doesn't work that way.
Shark Week.
I'm excited for Shark Week.
It's Shark Week.
No, not
I'm just
this week.
kidding. I know.
I
It's
was just
coming
thinking
up.
of bait in the water and attracting sharks.
Chum?
That's all.
Shark Week is
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, chum.
Yeah, chum.
Side note, did you guys watch Frozen Planet? Sorry. They're coming out with a North America version, and they're going to do all the animals of North America, so they're calling it In the Backyard. Okay, sorry, so back to the show.
So exciting. What's that show where they go down south and they stick their hands and they're noodling?
In Charge Show. Just kidding.
Awesome. Have you
like
guys
that
ever
one.
seen
I've seen
that?
that one.
Where they
I've
like
seen
stick their legs in the hole and they come up with like these big fish?
Catfish.
No.
Yeah. Oh man, we gotta watch that.
All right, so
Once you go there, you can't go back there.
all right, so what are we on? End startup?
Yep, we're on End Startup with Mr. Mike.
All right, so I found this article on richdad.com. Rich Dad is part of the Rich Dad Poor Dad series by Robert Kiyosaki, and
A really great book.
oh my goodness,
If you haven't read that book,
loves
you
him.
need to get that book. It's
definitely-
called Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, I mean, it's online in every bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that expensive. I don't know how much it is, but
It's a great book.
Yeah,
One of Mike's favorites.
It is one of my favorite.
it is one of my
books.
favorites too. Tara doesn't read, so
Yeah, I don't read. I don't go on the computer. I don't have a smartphone.
she really
I
doesn't.
live in a cave.
Her husband is a caveman from Geico.
That's how we have money.
From the Geico ads.
Yeah.
Ads work
Yeah.
for someone. Anyway,
I'm trying out as Wilma next week.
Oh
you're
man.
silly.
Oh, anyway.
So now,
No, really.
Kiyosaki was talking about how becoming an investor now is not just a accredited investor type thing. Anybody now could invest in. We talked about this a little bit before through crowdfunding. Anyone could become an investor. So he was just encouraging people to continue increasing your financial education. See, because his big belief is most people don't have money, not because they don't have money coming in, but they don't understand financial literacy and financial education. So if you don't understand how money moves, and I think we kind of mentioned this before, if you don't understand how money moves or the difference between a liability and an asset, you could be working your butt off for all your life and you still won't have money in that piggy bank. So now with this whole thing, with anybody being able to be an investor, you should, we want to, even myself, and, even on my entrepreneur, I always go through the crowdfunding things and see what I might want to pick up on and what I want to be a part of. Because, you just have to start making sure you're putting more money in your profit pocket than what you putting out the window. So, I mean, you think about it, and I love this too, because it's always the number one question I always get is, well, how did you start your business? And I always tell people, well, I didn't have any money when I started my business, so to speak, what people might call money. But what I did was, instead of buying Jordans, I bought business cards. Instead of going out clubbing and spending money on drinks or whatnot, I bought postcards. You know, instead of going out to the movies, I bought a website. So what I did was I made my money work for me, the little money that I had. So I was out giving my business cards everywhere,
Yeah.
giving out my postcards everywhere, sending people to that website. So now that little bit of money that I invested in myself, I end up turning that into and eventually became StinkyCakes.com, and that money started coming back to me more than I even expected. So this is all about.
But, yeah, with entrepreneurs, you got to, in the first few years, it's what you make is going back into the business. And it's going to be like that for a long time. It's just knowing when the money is coming in, where to put it back into your business, because it takes money to make money. That's just the truth of it. Mm-hmm. So knowing where to put your money into your business and how to, it doesn't necessarily have to be for marketing. It can be, your floor is probably ruined in your store. Well, that's technically that actually is marketing. If people walk in and they see a floor with cracks in the tile, well, you need to replace that. So that's where you put some of your money in. You need, depending on what kind of business it is, you need to kind of figure out where your money goes. So, I mean, we're not all finance kings or finance coaches or anything like that, but we all have different experiences of learning when to put money, where to put money. So there's different things, and a lot of it's like a learning curve. Trial and error. I mean, you don't know where you need to spend money until you realize, oh, I need to have money, and oh, there's no money.
Well, and what I really liked about this article too was how he was talking about democratizing investing, and how, a lot of times, like the SEC, if you're not an accredited investor, you can't get into startups. You can't give money to businesses and like really try and like buy into different things, because that's a way of making money, is to really like put seed money out there and bet on you having a really successful business, and you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
And if you're not accredited with the SEC before Obama did this whole Jobs Act thing, then, you couldn't really get into this whole huge market of investing. So I thought it was great that, Obama signed this Jobs Act, and basically,
April 5th.
Average folks now are getting into investing through crowdfunding, which we talked about the other day with, what were we talking about when it was like the crowdfunding?
Oh, that was the Lunatic to Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a private investor when Facebook bought Instagram. There's a private investor. He invested, I think, $70,000. Got a paycheck for $72 million.
Right.
We are in charge of looking to fund a startup.
But no, that's what it is, and that's why I'm telling you. That's why
It's just knowing where to put the money.
Not only that, that's why rich people continuously make money, because they understand how money moves. Like you could have the greatest product in the world, and I say this all the time. If you don't understand how money moves and how to make money, you'll always be broke. You'll be that whatever happened to company. But if you have to educate yourself financially, and when you're spending money in your business, don't spend money unless that money's making you money. Like a lot of people ask, well, why you just drive a regular car? I drive a regular car because if I buy a car, that car's not making me money. So when I'm at the point where I feel like that my assets take care of my liabilities, or however that may be, then I'll buy myself a brand new Porsche and enjoy it. But until that point, I don't need that. What's the benefit of that for me today? To say I have a Porsche, so what? That car is getting me from point A to point B. If I have to walk, I'd rather walk and have money. So you got to understand if it's not making you money, especially when you start up, don't buy it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So Entrepreneur of the Week this week is a person I follow. She follows me on Twitter. Her name is Samaya Kazi. She's actually really smart. She posts a lot of great information, but she's an internationally known speaker and award-winning entrepreneur. She has this startup called Samazi, and it's been kind of quoted as startup likely to change the world. I mean, she's gotten titles from Business Week as Best Young Entrepreneur, CNN as Young Person Who Rocks, not walks, everyone should walk.
Walk before you run.
Yeah. And Silicon Valley Business Journal Women of Influence. I mean, she's won awards. She's definitely one to watch in this company that, the startup that she has, which is a couple years old, is being known as the startup to likely change the world. I mean, that's huge.
Definitely huge. I was pretty impressed by her resume, and she's young and she's out there, and she's been voted by all of these different organizations as the person to watch and a mover and shaker, and she tours the world and gives lectures. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, no, I'm always about entrepreneurs, and I think it's great when you
That's
start
right,
to
that's
get
right.
recognized for what. That's true. When you start to get recognized for what you do, but and I never met her, never heard about it until we were going over the show notes. But I'm pretty sure she's very passionate. I can't wait to follow on Twitter and
Yeah,
get some of the information. that
she's
you
a
said.
great person to follow, great information, and sometimes you follow these entrepreneurs who are just like me. She's more of like, this is good information. No, and that's who people you want to connect with online.
Yeah.
And so when I started connecting with her and like following her, it was just the post she was posting, and so then that's when I really got into like who is she, like what does she do,
And her claim to fame is the whole connectivity
Yeah.
issue, right? Like people that you should know in a room, or people
Yeah.
you should know in an area, or I'm looking for a pack of gum and you have a pack of gum, then
Exactly.
they hook
That's
us
how
up
that's how
together,
her
right?
company became about. Samazi, her company or her startup. She it's pretty much it connects people that you don't know but you should. And I mean, I've been on the site, I have an account on the site, and you can go around and see how people are connecting, and it's a really cool site. And I think it definitely is going to change at least how the web is going to
Yeah.
be connecting people.
Yeah, you got me excited about this. I can't wait to go follow up check out the site, and then Twitter is at SUMAYA Samaya. So check her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the future is connecting all of the people you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really focused on like who you know now, and like we're all friends, so we're all connected. But I think like it's going to go into like this whole like total virtual. I have no
it's
idea
like a
who
referral.
you
Like,
are.
you should get to know these people.
Yeah,
Whereas-
but like you should know all of these people, even though you have no clue
Yeah.
who they are. They live in India or Africa.
And that makes a lot of sense, though, especially because we always talk about getting mentors and people to help you with your business. So maybe if I walk into the room, I don't know you two, and I had this good idea, but just do my profile and whatnot, this person say, wait a minute. And I'm talking about updating my corporate look, and you go, wait a minute, she's who you want to know. Because, and I want to talk about, well, I need to expand my business. How can I do this through marketing and branding? And you go, oh, this guy you might want to know. So I love that idea, and I hope it works
Yeah.
like I was working in my head, because I'm excited to see it.
But that's all we have for today.
That's it.
Facebook, Twitter, In Charge Show. Look it up, follow, like us. Leave comments. If you know an entrepreneur we should cover, let us know, and we'll research them. And if we think they're rad stuff, then I don't know why I said rad, but if we think we should cover them,
1980s.
if you think we should cover them, then we will be more than happy to talk about them. So send us your information, inchargeshow@thebusinesschannel.com.
That was rad.
I told you I'm out of it today. Like I don't know. On that note.
Bye.
Be rad, guys. Be rad.